Good afternoon, everybody. Apologies first. I've just been out with the dogs and I did a little video of our walk and I forgot to do it a landscape. I think I've done it before as well, not done it landscape. My granddaughter says, "You must always do it landscape, Nanny." And I don't think I have again. You sort of get the camera out your pocket and you walk along. I'll take a few pictures of that. I'm not very good, so still learning. So it's quite mild today. I didn't have to dress up. I had a hat on, and scarf and gloves, and be cold this afternoon. Sun's tried to come out. It's, as I said in my video, it's sort of going down. So I'm waiting to see what time it gets dark tonight. Could be quite a bit later. So I'm going to have to redo the time clocks on the outside lights which I have outside on my house, and the table lamp behind me has come on quite early. I thought, oh dear, I better readjust that. So had a good walk this morning with all the boys, nice and dry, and it's been drying up in the wood, so that was lovely. I took all my friend's two little ones, her Scotties, and they didn't get too mucky, so that was quite good. Haven't got to take the little pug this morning because I got a text to say that he's pulled a muscle in his leg, so he's got to rest for a couple of days. She's got to rest for a couple of days. So I should wait to hear from them whether they want me to do anything about her yet or next week. My friend with the Scotties has been told by the hospital that if she goes out with her dogs, when she comes back, she has to completely take all her clothes off and wash herself down and wash the dogs down. It's not whether you see anybody, it's whether, there's anything in the air that could be picked up, because, her husband's been for his test today and he goes into the hospital on Wednesday for a procedure. So she said it's just not worth. She said by the time I've done all that, it's going to be lunchtime. So she said, "Do you mind doing them until Wednesday?" And I said, "Oh, that's okay, fine. Just hoping it doesn't snow or rain. I hate it when I have to take them out in the rain." So that's me done for next week. I'm going to be going up to my old gentleman tomorrow. He's rung me to say that would I still go, because he's not going to be there. So I've arranged a different time in the morning for him. And he's got to go down to the doctor's for an appointment, and then I think he said he was going to the pharmacy, and they're two different places to drop off his prescription, and he was going to go and get some petrol. So he said he was going to have a little potter around because he hasn't been out for so long, and he's going to be out for the 2 hours that I'm going to be in there cleaning for him. So I'll have all the doors and windows open and do a clean around for him. I only go up every fortnight. And I rang him and said, do you want me to come? What do you want me to do? He said, well, I really would like you to come. But so he said, I'm going to arrange to be out, which is obvious. I never see him in any case because he's got an office down the end of the garden, and he always just sort of lets me in, and then he goes back to his office. So I don't see him when I'm in there. Unless he comes up for a coffee or anything. So the only thing I see are his two pussycats. So I shall see them tomorrow, give them a little bit of company, and have a clean round. So that'll be good tomorrow. And then in the afternoon, I've got a Zoom meeting, my WI committee, having a Zoom meeting, because we've got a Thursday night meeting week after next, and see what if we've got a speaker. So that's tomorrow. Sorted. And then Tuesday, I think I've got a Zoom meeting with all my girlfriends, half a dozen of us. We usually meet up about every 4 or 6 weeks. We have done for the last 40-something years, and we try to see each other regularly, but it's been a bit difficult lately. But we've been doing a few Zoom calls, which is nice, keep us all in the loop. So I think we've got that on Tuesday. I've been sorting out the jigsaw this morning, finished off my paperwork. Then I found on Facebook a link to send your old Christmas cards to. I hate throwing them away. And I know Tesco's did a couple of years ago for a while. They used to take the Christmas cards in, but I don't remember them last year recycling them. I hate to just throw them in the bin, but I found today there's a place in Siddlesham. It's the Wildlife Centre. I think it's Brent Wildlife Centre or something, Siddlesham, near Chichester, I think it is. If you take off all the, take off all the pictures and send them to them, they recycle them and cut them up and make gift tags to sell. So I thought, right, fine. So I did that, put them in an envelope, put a stamp on, and I put those in the post. So I feel good about that. They've not been wasted. So I did that, and I've also been doing a little bit of filling in my book. Last year, about a year ago, my eldest went. I think she went to a wedding, and I think it was a wedding. But one of the girls there had said, "I've got this book for my mum to give to my mum." For her to fill in with all the details about her and me. So my eldest said, "Oh, what's that all about?" So she told her and showed her the link. So Becky rang me and said, "I'm going to send one for you, Mum. Can you fill it in?" So I said, yeah. So of course then I get it and I look at it all, and Rachel looks at it and she said, "Oh, Mum, will you do one for me?" So that's what I've been doing the last year, and I'll just show it to you. It's called Tell Me Mum, and it's got all little right at the very beginning. It's got a note for Mum. It's all about, the first chapter is your childhood. So you fill it in with all your details. It gives you prompts. And you fill in it with pictures and memories. But as you were a little girl, your grandparents, your parents, all about them, where you've done, what your children and animals, about your family, what did you do as a child, how did you play, your school, first school, secondary school, what you wanted, what you did when you left school. And then the next chapter is, and there's lots of places growing up, and all about her, and when you were married, who did how did you find each other, all about her when she was born, tell me about. It says tell me something about me. And then lots of pictures. You put in lots of pictures of holidays and what they did as teenagers. And then there's another section all about your favourites. And you put lots of memories, things you can remember, what you did, where you went. And then another section about who are you now, about her as a grown-up, about thoughts and wishes and dreams. Again, memories, tell me something about me, and it's, well, as you can see, it's that thick, and I keep finding pictures in the photograph albums. I think, oh, that'll be good for the book. So then I have to, if I want to keep it in my photograph album, I have to get a copy. So I'm always down getting copies. Then I found a load of 35mm slides of when she was little, so I have to getting those printed off. So it's taken me a year. In fact, I'd filled in a couple of bits today. I woke up in the night and I suddenly thought of something. You suddenly think of something. Oh, yeah, that would be good for the book. It's something that you remember that they probably have never heard you talk about, so you put it in the book. And I thought, oh, yes. And I lay there and I thought, I really ought to get up and write that down, because by the time I get up in the morning, I'm going to have forgotten. Of course, I got up this morning and thought, Now, what was it I remembered? Couldn't think of it. Well, about half an hour later, I did remember it. So I came rushing into the kitchen and wrote it down so that when I went back to the book, I could put it in. I've got little notes in the front of the book so that I can remember to find the relevant place to put them in. If I can't find the relevant place, I just find an odd spot and put it in. It's going to be a bit higgledy-piggledy, but there'll be lots of things in there that they don't know about or they won't remember, you know, when they were little. Things that you did with them in the pram and where you went and what walks you did. And I mean, there's lots of things like who was your favourite pop star, and what did you do as a little girl, and what Christmas presents did you used to do, and how did your family, what's your best day of the week, and all those sort of things. A lot of the things you think, oh, that's a bit rubbishy, but other people might find that it's relevant to them, but a lot of it's not. So I just put a photograph over the top of that bit that's not relevant. So there's lots and lots of things. I've just said to her, I've been doing my book this morning, and except for getting a few more photos printed up, I've borrowed a couple of prints from a friend. I asked her if she'd got any of the time we all went away together, and she got her album out and showed me them. I said, yeah, I'll have a couple of those. So I've got to get those printed off, put them in the book, and I think I've more or less finished. I've just got to fill in with a bit more in Rachel's, but again, you know, got to put some photographs in and fill in a bit more. There's a couple of things I remembered about putting in Rachel's. So, I mean, it's been good. It's been really good doing it, but you think, how much more can I put in? I mean, I've put in a load of pictures because I like to put in pictures of when they were teenagers, and I mean, I shall get a lot of, oh, Mum, did you have to put that in? Some of the funny ones, but I've come across. So yes, that's been good. So I've been doing that today. Took down the Christmas decks yesterday, all of them. Thank goodness, put them away in the attic. A couple of sets of lights were a bit dodgy, so got rid of those. So got all that back upstairs. What else have I got? That's about it, really. We had a nice walk. It's still quite light. What time is it? Just after 4. Sunday afternoon. What have we got on the telly? I haven't watched any telly. What did I watch last night? I can't remember. Oh, I rang a friend. I rang a friend who doesn't go out at all. She didn't see any of her family over Christmas. And I had an hour on the phone with her. I said, you know, I should be coming down your way to get some petrol next week. And she said, oh, it's a shame that you can't come. Can't have you in. And I said, well, I'll come and drop some magazines off for you and come and talk to you on the drive. She said, oh, better not. So I said, okay, right. She says, you know, she's a bit older than me. She was hoping she might get the vaccine soon. But we had a long chat, so it was quite nice. So it was good for her. So I missed quite a lot on telly last night. But there we go. Doesn't matter. I'm not, unless it's really, really gripping, it doesn't bother. Sunday night's quite good though. I've already had Country Farm and Antiques Roadshow quite often, but I don't know what's on, whether it's Antiques Roadshow's back on or whether we're seeing repeats, but that's fine with me. So I did a little bit of eBaying this morning. A couple of games I'd been given by the daughter, sorted those out and put them on eBay. So right, that's it. We'll speak to you tomorrow. Good evening.